about an understanding that I came to while I was writing down some notes about how the English language is actually superimposed by other languages. For example, in England, when they had been conquered by like the French, or when they had been conquered by Roman Catholicism, or before Roman Catholicism, just Rome, that changed the language and changed our language system. So even today in the present, we're still experiencing that superimposition of ideas upon our language. So when you're describing the Bible, let's say you're reading from the King James Version, you're experiencing a superimposition of the Roman Catholic Church and the political system that King James was involved with. For example, in the word church replaced the word that had been used by previous English translators like Tyndale or Wycliffe. They used the word congregation there because they knew that the references in the New Testament were to a group of people assembling, not to a building with a division inside of it between clergy and laity, which is a schism and a division, and that creates heresies, which is already installed when you get there. So what that actually even branches into is how in the past, when Adam and Eve were there, Babylon grew, and then so everything that had been up to that point got superimposed by the ideas of Babylon and their conquering, and then that system got superimposed by Persia and their conquering, and then that got superimposed by Greece and their conquering, and then Rome got superimposed by, or Greece got superimposed by Rome and their conquering. Then Christianity came about, and then they superimposed the pagan gods, the Christian names, and then that created a confusion because people started to believe that Roman Catholicism was Christianity, and we see that with Muhammad. So then now those ideas get superimposed onto reality. So what we find is right down into the present has been superimposed by all those things. So when you're talking about what's happening today, you're talking about what happened in the past. And where a lot of confusion comes is when you try to superimpose the future with things that are presently happening, because man doesn't know what's going to happen in the future. People can try to plan and try to make changes preparing for the future, but that's where a lot of stress gets involved, right? Is because we're worried about money, we're worried about how we're going to make it. And then to add to that, all of those things from the beginning of time that God has created, all those traditions and those customs have been superimposed into our lives today. So we have to deal and learn to distinguish through all that, right? And draw distinctions between all of those different customs, traditions, language, and definitions of within those, and how to distinguish and compare and contrast and juxtaposition and contradistinction, all of those things, and learn to sort through them. So I hope this video helps you understand a little bit more about what the present is and how we try to so the present is a superimposition of the past, and then we try to superimpose that onto the future. So I hope you found that interesting. I hope that just expands your minds a little bit, and maybe I can build on it some more and make it a little more clear. So thanks for watching. Bye.